to?
I don't think I need to answer that.
Why are you in the left lane?
It's a driving lane, isn't it?
This is a... And this
Why am I being stopped, sir?
For your information, number one, this is a 70-mile-an-hour roadway. Okay?
I was just I was following you.
I am going on a call, okay? I'm headed somewhere.
An emergency call?
Listen, no, it's not an emergency call. Listen.
So wouldn't the speed limits apply, sir?
Can I do the talking?
All right, okay.
The two roadways in this state, the interstates and the parkways, are what they call limited access highways.
I understand.
Okay? Right lanes, all vehicles other than emergency vehicles.
On an emergency.
Other than emergency vehicles have to stay in the right lane except to pass other vehicles. Okay?
In an emergency, would that be correct?
No. Stay in the right lane unless you're going to pass another vehicle, right? Or you're an emergency vehicle.
Yeah, an emergency vehicle on an emergency.
No. Not on an emergency. The emergency vehicles have the authorization to use the left lane, okay? On anything other than emergency vehicles have to stay in the right lane except to pass another vehicle if they're moving too slow, whatever.
Okay, so that's why I was pulled over?
Yes, you're using the left lane, and also just to remind you that it is a 70-mile-an-hour roadway, okay?
Okay, I was just following you.
Right on my bumper.
I was actually clocking it. I stayed a good 4-second rule behind you.
You were still right there with me, okay?
Yeah, 4 seconds behind you.
I'm stopping you is one, to tell you to watch your speed, and secondly, remember to stay in the right lane, okay? Because it is a limited access highway. It's fine to get over when you're passing another vehicle. That's no big deal. That's what that left lane is for.
Okay.
Just to get around those faster moving vehicles, or I'm sorry, the slower moving vehicles, okay?
All right. Yeah, I wasn't watching my speed.
That's why you'll see if you, they're spaced out pretty far in distance, but if you'll pay attention every now and again, you'll see a square sign, white with black letter, that says keep right except to pass.
Okay.
Okay? That's all I'm stopping you for is one, remind you that it's a limited access highway. You got to stay in the right lane unless you want to pass another vehicle, and also just to watch your speed for me, okay?
Okay.
That's all I'm wanting.
All right. I wasn't really watching my speed. I was following you. I was assuming that you were within the speed limit. So you weren't within the speed limit either?
What's that?
You weren't within the speed limit either?
I was above the speed limit.
Okay.
That's fine. But as a police officer, I can do that, okay, in order to...
Responding to an emergency, right?
They have guidelines on emergencies on how fast you can drive in an emergency. Okay, they're not going to just let you just drive with the pedal to the floor.
Yeah, I understand. I'm a paramedic.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is when we do traffic enforcement, okay, if we do right at the speed limit, we're going to stay with the same vehicles all the time. We can't observe other vehicles. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that
somewhere, so I've got to get there. Let me just double check the barcode on the back of your license.
Uh-huh.
I'm not writing you a ticket or anything.
Okay.
All it is a stop to give you a warning, and it's a valid stop to say, hey, listen, you've got to stay in the right lane, okay, except to pass. And also remember, this is a limited access highway. Remember that, and also watch your speed. You admitted to yourself you were not even paying attention to your speed.
I was just following you.
Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine. But remember, it's your duty as operating this vehicle. It is your responsibility to make sure your vehicle's under proper control, and also to pay attention to how fast you're driving. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll be right back.
All right.